I started recording videos when I had every chance not to. I was living in a dorm room with just me and my roommate. I had my bed and his bed right next to each other with no walls in between, and I was in a dormitory building with so many other students less than 20 feet away from me at all times. I was busy with college classes. I had to go to class every single day. I went to the gym multiple times every single day. I was living 2.5 hours away from home. You guys know the story. I had every reason to not start this YouTube channel. I had every reason to not start going to the gym. I was depressed. I was out of shape. I was lazy. I had no motivation or discipline. My work ethic was down the drain. I had every reason to not start, and yet I still started. And that's where today's topic for this video comes in. The stars will never align, and the perfect opportunity will never show itself to you. So if I had to tell you one thing, it would be to just start. Whatever you want, whatever you're going to do, whatever you have in your mind that you've been thinking about for a few months, maybe even a few years now, just start, because there is no better time than this very second. Just a quick little intermission before I start my rant on this video topic. I know my upload schedule has been kind of questionable lately. I have a summer job now, so I've been trying to earn some extra cash on the side here and there. I've been trying to get a new computer, and I've just been, it's smart to earn money during the summer when you're a college student living 2.5 hours away from home, all of that stuff. So my video uploads are going to be kind of spotty for the next few months. Because my work schedule is also very, very sporadic. It's spontaneous and it's kind of unpredictable, or at least it used to be. Now it's kind of settling down a little bit, but that's not the topic of today's video. So just know I will keep trying my best, and I promise more videos are coming soon. The harsh reality of the situation is that every single second that you're awake and you're alive and kicking that isn't spent putting into action what your dreams are, or what your goals are, or what you say to others what you're going to do, is a second wasted. Every single second that you tell yourself, hey, for this reason I can't do this, or you make up another excuse for yourself to not start what you want to do or what you need to do, that's just you failing again and again. And trust me, I know this because I've been doing that for years. Back when there's a stage in life that every individual goes through, the rebellious teen phase, that age between 14 to 16, or maybe even 17 sometimes. I was a good 17-year-old, but 14 to 16. I was in a very rough spot in my life. I've spoken about this many times before on my channel. I was depressed, out of shape, blah, 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 blah. You know the whole shtick. But I was very particularly unmotivated. I was lazy. I had all of the role models I needed to be successful in my life. I had my dad, I had other really great individuals that I looked up to, and yet I got no motivation from any of it. I woke up, went to school, came home, played video games for 8 hours, and went to sleep. It was a pretty depressing lifestyle, and from it, I got some pretty bad habits that still show up in my everyday life to this day. And what I thought about those 3 to 5 years earlier, I'm doing right now. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting pretty good grades, I'm earning money, and I'm recording YouTube videos. But that's not after going through literal years of saying, oh yeah, I'm going to start it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to, like today I can make this excuse for myself, but tomorrow I'm going to do it. I already made a video about this. Shia LaBeouf's meme, just do it. The Nike slogan, just do it. It's so much more deeper than that. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. But again, that's not the point of today's video. Keep in mind, I only started this YouTube channel a few months ago. It's already been a few months, geez. But I've only started this YouTube channel a few months ago when I was still in my latter year of my freshman year of college. And now it's grown to a pretty sizable amount. I have over 800 subscribers, and I know why. I think you know why. But on my 1,000 subscribers video, I will be confirming that, because I have a dark secret to tell you guys. But regardless, let's move on for a second. As I said earlier in this video, I was under no circumstances prepared. My environment wasn't ready. I didn't have any equipment. I didn't have any pre-existing knowledge. I just started recording. I just pressed that recording button on, I think it was originally Streamlabs OBS, with my microphone headset and my $5 webcam, and I just started talking to the camera about whatever I felt like. And I remember my second video, I was eating an ice cream sandwich because I was recording it right before a leg day, and my second video ever. And you can hear the audible eating noises, and it's kind of gross, and I didn't know my headset microphone picked up that. So I didn't edit these videos. I every time I'm recording, right, I press left control on my keyboard to pause the recording. And that's sometimes responsible for some jump cuts, but most of my recording is done in one take and I just edit out things. Over these past, it's been 2, 3, maybe even 4 months now. Over these past few months, I have grown exponentially, not only in subscriber numbers, but also in skill and confidence. And now, especially that I'm home and I'm home alone right now, I can talk with my entire voice and I can use my expressions. And I'm not worried about my roommate walking in that back door over there, ruining my video footage. Okay, not ruining, but having to pause and wait for him to leave. So now my circumstances are a little bit better, but that wasn't until I started. And I started when my circumstances, as I said earlier, were not good at all. And yet, here I am, regardless of that. And there are still many, many things that I want to do with my life. I want to get into supercars. I want to start businesses. I want to probably make even more channels, some revolved around more philosophical things, some revolving around car stuff. So this channel serves as my main channel, and this is like, these are ideas for years in the future, by the way. Years after after I've gotten millions of subscribers, I built a nice fan base for myself. I want to start multiple channels, some more revolving around maybe video games, some revolving around humor, and especially cars, because I'm a car guy. I like that kind of stuff. But those are, again, plans for the future, and those will probably also have the same startup scenario as it did with this one. It's going to be not the best circumstances, but regardless, I'm going to start them anyway, like you need to, because I know you have dreams, and I'm talking to you, my individual viewer. I know you have dreams. I know you have goals. I know you have aspirations. I know that you've told many, many people that you're going to do something and you just haven't done it yet because the circumstances aren't right. I've lived on this earth for 19 years. And if I learned one thing, I'm going to share this right now. This is my fountain of youth knowledge, right? So if I've learned one thing, it will be that either you or your surroundings will always give you an excuse to not do something. You will always have a reason to not move forward. You will always have something that is in your way. This will never ever change. You will always have a reason that you are not doing something you want to do. Whether that be a reason that legitimately forces you to not do something that you want to do. Maybe you want to run a marathon, but you broke both of your feet at the same time. I don't know. I mean, David Goggins did that. Never mind, I was wrong. But in all seriousness, maybe you wanted to play a video game one day and then your internet just doesn't work. Or maybe there is a legitimate technical reason with either yourself or something else that is not allowing you to do something, in which case I say, it is what it is. Wait it out. But regardless of that, either your mind or someone else's mind or some other external factor will always formulate in your brain as an excuse as to why you can't do something. You will always take something negative, either inside of yourself or inside of your surroundings, and you will turn that into a reason to not do what you want to do because you're lazy. Don't be offended. Please don't be offended, because I know some of the people in my life are some of the least laziest people I know, right? Like some of the people in my life, they work 50-hour weeks, all that stuff. Amazing people, but there are always going to be those things. I'm not too sure about these people, right? Because I don't live in their heads, but I'm 100% sure they have dreams and aspirations that they want to do, but there's something that's keeping them from doing that. And that's what I'm making this video on today. So again, just start. Regardless of your circumstances, regardless of how much money is in your bank account, regardless of who you're living with, regardless of where you're living, regardless of if you're living, just start. And I know I've been rambling on for quite a bit in this video just to get to the point in the last few seconds, but regardless, that's the point of this video. The point of this video was to say that, hey, there will always be something that's going to keep you from doing what you want to do. So this is Editor Dune here. I don't know what happened to this next part of the recording, but it seems like I just kind of start talking about an entirely different thing that kind of relates to the subject, but doesn't really. So bear with me. I don't think I pressed record on accident, and so it kind of just seems like I just started talking about something, but regardless, enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry about that. Getting over that first hump, that first oomph, that first like push forward is always going to be the hardest. There's a saying that I can't, let me put my mic down for a second. There's a saying that I like to say to people that I'm trying to motivate, right? Think of your goals as a bar that goes from 0 to 100%. If you believe and if you think you can do it, you're already 50% there. If you believe and if you make that first step, and then you maintain the belief that you can actually succeed in what you're doing, you're already 50% of the way there. The other 50% is just putting that thought into action, which surprisingly isn't the hardest part. The hardest part is just taking action. The hardest part is just starting. The hardest part is believing you can do it, because most people on this planet don't believe in themselves. I was working yesterday and I had to move something heavy, and I asked for help from my coworker, and he walks over and he's like, dude, you got it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's about to slip out of my hands. And he said, no, just lift it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And so I just lifted it, put it where it needed to be, and he walked away. But before he walked away, he told me, you don't believe in yourself enough. And I thought about it for a second. I remember driving home from that 7-hour shift, and I was like, man, I don't believe in myself enough, huh? And I do believe in parts of myself, right? I believe I'm a pretty personal guy. I'm kind of funny, I guess. I have a good speaking voice. I'm confident in certain aspects of myself, but certainly not everything, right? I have my insecurities. I'm sure you do. Everyone has the stuff that they're not fully not aware, but they're not fully developed in, that they just can't get out of their head. And my coworker was absolutely right. I don't believe in myself enough, and I'm sure you don't either, which sucks. But as I said earlier, just a few seconds ago, if you want to do something, think of that 0 to 100% bar. If you want to do something, believing in yourself for that specific task and putting into action that first step that's required, you're already halfway there. You're already halfway done. But who am I? I'm no psychiatrist. I'm no therapist. I'm no David Goggins. I'm no motivational speaker. But let me pick up my mic again. Just start. It will never, ever be the right time, but you just need to start, because if you don't, you will never move forward. And with that, stay safe.